The drone drama continues as more sightings reported over the weekend across our area. Senator Chuck Schumer calling on the feds to deploy a special detection system to get to the bottom of the sightings.
It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's a drone.
An orange light moves at a steady pace over the skies of Wayne, New Jersey Saturday night. The scene captured by a Pix 11 News viewer who said it was just before 8:30 p.m. when the first of at least 5 lights appeared over airspace in Wayne Township, visible above Hamburg Turnpike.
I wouldn't think it's a drone.
The sighting, which had some residents scratching their heads, happens nearly 2 weeks after mysterious lights were spotted over nearby Patterson.
What is that?
That sighting happened on October 11th. At the time, officials with the Federal Aviation Administration told Pix 11 News it received no reports of unusual activity for the area. In Saturday's sighting, FAA officials made the same assessment, fueling the mystery as to what is flying in the skies over Passaic County. Nadia De Leon, who owns her own New Jersey-based drone photography company, doesn't believe the lights are drone-related, calling attention to Halloween being around the corner and the possibility that a prankster may be to blame.
Why is it concentrated right in this area? Why not like Ringwood or, I don't know, Bergen County?
Giuseppe DeMarco, a resident of nearby Wanacue, who is also a paranormal enthusiast, believes there is more to these sightings. He has looked into a number of unexplained phenomena that have happened in the area over the years.
There's definitely more out there. I mean, you've been hearing about this stuff for since biblical times.
While much of the unknown provides fodder for believers, it's also the centerpiece of a recent government report released over the summer that acknowledged that intelligence officials cannot explain such sophisticated movements in the skies. The formation of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force is now on the front lines of investigating such incidents.
Now, according to the FAA, a UAP sighting is only documented after a pilot reports one of these sightings to a local air traffic control facility, and then it would have to be corroborated with supporting evidence before it heads to the task force. That did not happen in either case that happened in Passaic County. In Wayne, I'm Andrew Ramos, Pix 11 News.
And good morning to you. Drones have been spotted here in New Jersey and New York and up and down the East Coast. And in Washington, there is now some real concern this morning that these drone sightings are highlighting real gaps in local and federal law enforcement. These are gaps that New York Senator Chuck Schumer wants the Congress to help close.
I am going to help pass, and I'm going to co-sponsor legislation that will combat these drones in a better way by allowing local police departments and state police departments to help the feds in citing these drones, which so many have requested.
Senior New York Senator Chuck Schumer declaring he's working in Washington on a way to combat the drone sighting upsurge in his home state and in New Jersey. New York Governor Kathy Hochul echoing his calls for Congress to pass legislation to empower states with more oversight and enforcement authority over drones. For several weeks, calls and concerns have been growing about the aircraft being spotted high in the skies, even disrupting air traffic at Orange County's Stewart International Airport. Governor Kathy Hochul saying this has gone too far, announcing Washington is sending a state-of-the-art drone detection system to New York State, though it's unclear what that system is. On Capitol Hill, Schumer says he'll call for the White House to approve the use of the Robin radar system, which he says uses 360-degree technology to track drones. Schumer also saying it's time to review drone registration policies since they're currently allowed to fly at lower altitudes but restricted from sensitive sites like airports and military bases. The U.S. Homeland Security Secretary says the drones don't appear to be foreign and that some reports could actually be manned aircraft.
I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology to assist the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sighting.
And the FBI saying it's gotten some 5,000 tips about these drone sightings, but upon further review have deemed only about 100 of those sightings to be credible, which speaks to the volume of these sightings and also the concerns coming in across the country. In Hoboken, Justin Finch, Pix 11 News.
All right, Alexa, thank you. 7:32 right now. The drone drama continues as more sightings reported over the weekend across our area. Senator Chuck Schumer calling on the feds to deploy a special detection system to get to the bottom of the sightings.
It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's a drone. We've seen lots of recent sightings in New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Staten Island. So it's remarkable, with all these sightings over the last while, why do we have more questions than answers? If the technology exists for a drone to make it up into the sky, there certainly is the technology that can track the craft with precision and determine what the heck is going on.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas confirmed the drone sighting, said the feds are deploying additional resources to help New Jersey law enforcement address that issue. So joining us this morning is Ocean County Sheriff Michael Mastronardi, who's been tracking the sighting since they first began weeks ago. Sheriff, great to have you here. Appreciate you being here to talk about this.
Good morning.
And let's talk about it, because I saw myself, and it's just a kind of a wild scene out there, because it's not just one or two. I mean, I think I counted 7 at once. But, you know, the feds were casting doubt on the sightings. Now we're hearing something different from the Homeland Security, including this additional resources headed your way, right? So what does that look like? What's the additional resources?
Well, we haven't seen them yet. I mean, I'm sure they're on site with all the attention that's been generated, but, you know, they haven't told the locals, whether it be local police departments or our office. So we'll wait for, you know, this is their lane. So we're trying to stay in our lane. Our lane is to try to decipher what's real, what's not real, and documenting, and then share it with our federal partners. So what we do here is we try to confirm things that we believe could be possible drones or objects in the sky. And then we try to convince people, and it's getting difficult sometimes to convince somebody that's a plane going over your house, as we have our radar out there.
But have some of them been drones?
We believe, yes, they have.
But we don't know if they're all connected or if they just could be random owners in the neighborhoods. Right?
This does not appear to be random owners, not at all. These ships are way too big, travel way too fast. You know, we have an active drone program here. We've had it for years. And these things are much bigger than our drones, much more expensive than our drones. So who's ever doing this is not a hobbyist.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine the frustration of folks not knowing what exactly this is. And Governor Phil Murphy, Governor Kathy Hochul, they've been requesting that the feds deploy a special detection system called the Robin. Are you familiar with what that is exactly?
No, but I'm researching it, as well as I'm researching our government doing extensive expenditures out there with various companies to do drone technology. You know, one thing that we feel is that obviously this is generating a lot of interest, so I think this will change. We don't feel the laws have kept up with technology, and it's something that has to be done. You remember before 23, drones couldn't fly at night.
Right.
And now they allow them at night, which is these drones only come out between basically 6 and 11.
Yeah, no, I mean, the sun goes down and they are out. So let me ask you this, Sheriff, because there's so many people, you said you were tracking them, and they don't appear to be a hobbyist, that's because they're larger and everything else. What have you seen, right? And the questions keep coming up for folks of why can't you shoot it out of the sky? Why can't you follow it to where it lands? What's the answer to those two questions in particular?
Well, to follow it is our drones go 40 miles an hour. My officers have recorded these drones going 60, 70 miles an hour. So we're not going to be able to follow it, number one. The other thing is it's illegal. We tell people don't shoot, you know, you have to be responsible. That's what we're trying to calm people down, calm this hysteria down. Let's get the facts. I would hope that the federal government learns that they have to do a little bit better on communication, not only with the citizens, but also with you know, federal legislature, whether it be senators or congressmen. I think they need to keep them in the loop so that we can inform the public what's really happening. Obviously, this is someone with a lot of resources, much more than we have at the local level. And that's why we need some assistance and, again, some information. Listen, we don't need to know top secrets. I don't think that anybody wants that. But we do need to know when somebody just says, don't worry about it. It's a little upsetting, and then try to convince you that what you see is not what you see. So, you know, we invite them down, we take a look at what we have, and we just want to document what we have. We know our mission. Our mission is to work with our federal partners who want to do that. but we also want some candid information, not details, just like, hey, this is our project. Don't worry, we got everything under control.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to worry about it when you don't know exactly what it is, right? So how many drones have you actually seen, or sightings have there been in your area, and have they caused any interference, like with local aircraft in New Jersey, like they did on Friday at Stewart Airport?
We have not had that. Unfortunately, over the weekend on Friday night, we did have somebody pointing lasers from the county up at planes. So, there's all different, that has to be something local, nothing to do with this. But we respond with the FAA and try to assist them in any way we can. The fact of the matter is that last night, checking with our officers working the detail, that there were no reports.
Yeah.
There was one report came into the 911 center in Jackson, I believe.
So, in all your experience, right, what do you think, Sheriff Mastronardi, what do you think is actually happening in the skies over your community that could help kind of calm, you mentioned the word hysteria, right? And that's what happens. It's something like this is talked about so much that people believe that they're actually seeing a bunch more that they're actually seeing. But there is something going on. I saw it firsthand. So what are you telling folks, and what do you believe is actually happening?
Well, as I said, whoever it is has a lot of resources. The concern is that nobody has seen them take off or land. How's that possible? We're a very populated state. It's not like you're in the middle of nowhere. So the fact of the matter, nobody has seen them either come or land is troublesome. But if it's our government that's doing it, they got good technology.
And last we're out of time. There was this idea last week when we had the mayor of Middletown on that there might have been this ship, this mothership off the coast of New Jersey somewhere. Has that been debunked? I mean, you'd be able to find a ship pretty quickly.
Yeah.
When we got the report of 50 drones off of Island Beach last week, the first thing my officers did was take a picture of both the air radar that was current and the ship radar. There was one ship, and I want to say it was Honduran. We communicated that over to our federal authorities.
Understood.
Yeah. This is all very surreal. It's like the makings of a movie. Sheriff Mastronardi, thank you so much for taking the time with us this morning.
Thank you.
Hopefully they figure this out real soon.
Keep us posted.
Oh, my goodness.
Top state leaders, including Senator Chuck Schumer, have requested a high-tech drone detection system be sent to New York and New Jersey following the increase in mysterious drone sightings. Clusters of the unmanned objects have been buzzing over communities across the tri-state for weeks now. Thousands of sightings have been reported in just the last few days, yet information remains scarce. Our Grace Gomez joins me now in the studio with more. People want answers, Grace.
Yeah, Heidi, that's right. And we actually first reported on this drone sightings last month, and we have been following this story for weeks. Now, Senator Schumer is making a plea for federal officials to launch a special detection system to track any unidentified object in the sky. Senator Chuck Schumer is now pushing for the classified special drone detection called the Robin, a 360-degree technology across New York and New Jersey and the metro area.
I am going to help pass, and I'm going to co-sponsor legislation that will combat these drones in a better way by allowing local police departments and state police departments to help the feds in sighting these drones, which so many have requested.
Senator Schumer also explaining the new legislation will allow for authorities to detect drones since at the moment there isn't a proper way to record drone use.
There's no system for registering any drone. As long as the drone is not near an airport or a military base, as long as it is flying below a certain level altitude, people have a right to fly them.
I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology to assist the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sightings.
During an interview on ABC's This Week, DHS's Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas confirming the drone activity isn't foreign, adding some of the sightings are in fact drones, but other sightings may be aircraft that may be mistaken for drones.
I want to assure the American public that we are on it. We are working in close coordination with state and local authorities. And it is critical, as we all have said for a number of years, that we need from Congress additional authorities to address the drone situation.
And when Senator Schumer was asked this afternoon if people flying these drones would face charges, well, he said no, because at the moment, flying drones at or below 400 feet isn't a crime unless it's close to controlled airspace, such as military bases or airports. There's still a lot of questions out there.
So many. And there was one closing of an airport, right?
Yeah, there was.
Because of this drone thing. I think we'll be talking about this for quite some time. Thank you for that, Grace. And Pix 11 will, of course, stay on top of this drone sighting mystery and bring you the latest updates.